When we discuss autism spectrum disorder, we aren't looking at a single linear track, but a vast and multidimensional spectrum of human experience. That experience often includes distinct differences in social communication and the presence of highly focused, deep interests. For many, it also involves intense sensory sensitivities to specific lights, sounds, or textures, alongside a strong need for routine and difficulty navigating unstructured time. Because these traits look different for everyone, identifying them requires a level of nuance that our current systems often fail to provide. This systemic failure is rooted deeply in history. The original diagnostic models used by doctors and schools were based almost exclusively on how autism presents in white boys. This chart reveals the data-driven consequences of that bias. You can see the significant delay in diagnosis for girls and students of color compared to their white male peers. That delay means these students endure years of academic struggle without the accommodations they are legally entitled to receive. In many cases, their neurodivergent traits are misidentified as deliberate behavioral problems, leading to years of discipline and suspension instead of clinical support. The system isn't just failing to help these students, it is actively penalizing them for a neurotype it was never designed to recognize. Reforming this system starts with a specific premise: treating autism as a different way of experiencing the world rather than a deficit to be cured. Recognition requires culturally competent assessment, a process that accounts for how race, gender, and culture influence the way a student expresses their traits. Evaluators look past traditional stereotypes to identify masked symptoms or culturally specific social behaviors that standard tests often overlook. This leads to neuro-affirming care, where the goal is to support a student's sensory needs and routines rather than trying to force them to act neurotypical. Ending the diagnostic blind spot requires care providers who actually reflect and understand the diverse communities they serve. MentalSpace School provides the infrastructure to bridge this gap, placing dedicated teams of diverse, licensed therapists directly into Georgia's K-12 schools. This model delivers evidence-based supports on site, including speech-language therapy, occupational therapy, and social skills coaching. It also addresses the mental health challenges that often co-occur with ASD, providing cognitive behavioral therapy tailored for students with anxiety or depression. To remove the barrier of long waitlists, the platform provides same-day teletherapy, suicide prevention, and rapid crisis intervention. This financial model illustrates how access is open to everyone. MentalSpace accepts all major insurance, and as you can see here, the cost for students on Medicaid is exactly $0. By integrating this support into the school day, district leaders can ensure that every student has access to life-changing care, regardless of their background. When schools deploy neuro-affirming infrastructure, the impact on student performance is immediate and measurable. These outcomes reflect the success of the model: an 89% improvement in attendance, a 92% reduction in anxiety, and an 85% satisfaction rate among families. For the district, this system guarantees full HIPAA and FERPA compliance, ensuring student data is protected. It also positions Georgia schools to meet the HB 268 compliance deadline coming in July 2026. This model secures the district's administrative needs while transforming the daily lives of the students themselves. When we update who evaluates our students and how they access support, we break the cycle that turns neurodivergence into a disciplinary matter. We move away from punishing marginalized students and toward a system that empowers the way they experience the world. School administrators can bring these equitable ASD services and mental health supports to their districts by visiting mentalspaceschool.com. Timely, affirming care isn't a luxury, it is an essential requirement for an equitable education system.